So yeah, hopefully we're back. Hopefully we're back with you all, and let's have a little look. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get something back on here. Yep, I can see we are back on. Right, and there in the background, big like, thank you, Gabby. Yeah, we've managed to get back. So basically, end of the video, I was ready to regale you with more things of interest, I hope, but unfortunately the box decided it wasn't going to go. But there we are. We get these glitches, we're overcoming them one by one. I think perhaps we were asking the box to do a few too many things, but that's what we're trying to work out, what it's capable of, what it can do, what it can't do. And as we're going along, you know, you get these little glitches, but we'll work our way through it all. And in the end, I hope we will have perfect live streams for you all. So yeah, just one of those things where unfortunately it just completely froze. But such is life. And as they always say, the show must go on. So we're back. Thomas Woodcarver's back on the scroll saw. He is working on a love spring. That one there it's got like a Celtic knot on the top. So he's cutting that one out. I will also just check with the sound. Yeah, we're okay with the sound there, I think. And I'm continuing to work. That one there it's got like a Celtic. Yep, I'm continuing to work on our love spoon for the year, where I put the gouge down. And the next part that I'm going to do is to sort of carve out this twist that's going to be on the stem. So the twist, you sort of always, whenever you're doing this, if somebody hasn't carved a twist like this before, what you're doing is you're creating that effect where it sort of weaves over and under. So that's what you sort of go in for. So yeah, if you're watching this as well, if you haven't seen the first part of this live stream, check that video out, because that will be the main body of the live stream. It all happened in the break because Thomas Woodcarver broke the piece on the belt sander that we were working on. He unfortunately, there was a little accident, and one of the two nativities that he was working on, it broke. Just went with the grain, unfortunately. So yeah, we went from hero to zero in the matter of a 5-minute interval for us to show you a video on TPI, teeth per inch. But thank you. I can see you're starting to rejoin us again there, so thank you for that. Thank you for rejoining us again. And we will continue to make stuff. As you know, over the years we've done all sorts of live streams, and this latest sort of development in our live streams, it's certainly posting us a few little challenges, a few little difficulties, but some of the features that this box includes, I certainly think it will prove very useful to us, and hopefully it gives you a great insight into what goes on in our workshop. Hopefully in the new year, I'm thinking of a few different ideas for our live streams as well. Perhaps we'll have myself and Thomas Woodcarver doing a few little woodworking challenges, that sort of thing. And we can use it then to, perhaps we'll add even a little bit of a competitive element into the live streams that we do. Right, so you can see we're just working on getting that depth back into the design, into the carving. I will also then see, we'll just bevel the edges like so. Just around, it'll be rounding everything off. Just like so. And we just work, it's just to create that effect of a twist on the stem of the spoon. That's what we're trying to create, in an impression of a twist. The ash, as we mentioned, nice colour on the ash that you get on the woods, and you also then you can get some quite nice character, nice colour. It is though a slightly more demanding wood when it comes to the carving. Have to put a little bit more pressure on to get the level that we're looking for. I know that when I go to work in the teak, it's a little bit easier for us. Right, so this particular petal here, we're going to have to push that down a little bit further. That will just allow us to increase the depth of the twist. So just continue shaping this one. You could shape the other ones as well, just to match it, like so. There we are, just cutting it down a little bit deeper. There we are, and then let's have a little look. Just using that extra bit of room now. Yeah, we can just get further into the woods. Just making life a little bit easier for us to do the carving. And the same here, you can just bevel the edges. So the process that we quite often use then, to make a spoon, to make something like this one here, the way we go about it is that you do your cutting out initially, so you mark it all out, do your cutting out on the scroll saw. So as you can see Thomas the woodcarver working on the scroll saw, where he's cutting out that shape, doing all of the internal work. Afterwards, we can then do all of the hand carving, and then you're getting your different depth, you're getting your shaping done. But after we've done that, especially when you're doing like a twist on the stem, you can use the different grades of sandpaper, glass paper, that sort of thing, and then you can get you can just shape it a little bit more. So instead of having sort of flat edges, it will round everything off and bring it up to a nicer finish. Here we are, we keep moving it in the vise, keep shaping it round. But as I said, if you've joined us for this second live stream and you're watching it on repeat the next day, the bulk of this live stream has been split in two. So we were cut off. We had a glitch in the hardware, in the hollow box again, and that cut us off. So that's why you will have missed a good chunk of our live stream if you're watching this one here and you haven't seen the one before. Right, let's have a little look. We continue shaping that, and then the main part that we've got to work on is the silhouetted candle cross at the top. So we just shape this one. Turn it round in the vise once more. So we're getting a lot of the shaping work done, and then we've got that silhouetted candle cross. And the further we go along with this, as it's starting to take shape, I'm getting happier as I'm going along, because initially, I'll be honest, I thought perhaps this would be a little bit plain when it comes to our own collection, when it comes to our family collection of spoons. So I was a bit concerned about that, but as I'm going along now, I can see that it is taking shape quite nicely. There we are, we're just shaping that background. So afterwards we'll use the sandpapers, the glass papers, to shape everything. Right, and then we will go on and we will show you the carving for our silhouetted candle cross. design. So first things first, we're going to do a little bit like so. So that's going to be that twist on the stem. That's where we mark it out. Mark out those stop cuts first of all that can afterwards be used. Yeah, that can afterwards be used for getting that depth to the carving. Thomas Woodcarver, by the look of it, is now finished with all of the pierce work on the scroll saw, and he has now gone on to cutting the surround. So that's the last part of the process of cutting out that particular love spoon. One thing I will try and do as well for our next live stream will actually be in 2023. So one thing I will try and have a little look at is to get a light for where Thomas Woodcarver's working there. See if we can just get a little bit better lighting, and hopefully then you'll be able to see. You can see quite well what he is doing, but just with a bit of better lighting, it'll just be a bit better again for you all. And again, we can create the twist on the other side. So, yeah, we can see just like so. And then at the top now of the sunflower, we're going to work on this second part of the twist. So you've got that idea, it's continuous. So that's the idea of that weave. But it's a continuous, sort of continuous on life's journey. That's sort of the message that we're trying to put into that design. That's why we've got it in this way. So just working on a little bit of depth. So you do those stop cuts, you cut into that as a barrier, cut a little bit further down. I think Thomas Woodcarver's just finished on that love spoon.
Well, I just show everybody, if you can show them on your camera.
Yeah.
I'm going to take off.
So there you go, can you see?
I'm going to take off that bit and that bit with a bandsaw, and then go back to the scroll saw.
Right. So you're just going to try and make things a bit easier, is it?
I normally do that beforehand.
There we are. So just that's what it is. He's going to use that bandsaw and then go across to the scroll saw. Right, in the meantime, you'll hear that bandsaw in the background working, but in the meantime, I'll carry on working with the hand tools. I will continue carving, getting that depth, a bit more detail into the design. There we go, just like so. Right, and then from there, you can just use, I'm pretty happy with how that is coming together. So the next part of the process is to go on to, yeah, so we're just working on the top of the cross to start. I think actually we give it a bit more shape on the top. So what we want to create is like a heart. It's in like a heart surround. So we're just creating the impression of like the inside of a heart going around the cross. And of course the message and the story behind the spoon to record this year is a message of hope, hopefully light and hope and positive for the future and for us all. So that's the idea for everybody, for ordinary people. Let's hope that there's positive things for us all ahead. That's the sort of theme for it. So again, we're using those stop cuts to cut down into the wood. Oh, Thomas Woodcarver is back on the saw. So there we go. We go back to the split screen. And despite that little glitch in the middle, which we do apologise for, all, I'm afraid, problems out of our control. But in spite of that, we're learning all the time with this technology, and we keep persevering, and we hope that as things go forward, it'll prove to be more reliable and it'll allow us to share more of what we do and to give a sort of accurate idea of how things work here at our family workshop. Right, quick drink. Just like so. And then back into it and carving a little bit more depth. And the same then again on the other side. So whatever we do on the one side of the carving, we then match it up on the other side as well. Yeah, so going back to the other thing I was mentioning, the last live stream for 2022, sorry, and that we'll be planning then and working towards what we're going to do and how we're going to move forward with our live streaming in 2023. So it's been an interesting month of live streaming with the new kit. Certainly been challenging, and we've learned a lot as we've gone along. I'm making notes to hopefully iron out any issues yourselves as well. If you've got any thoughts, if you've got any things that you'd like to see more of on the channel, you're always welcome to let us know. If there's a particular thing that causes you a problem in your own woodworking, let us know, and we can feature it, we can focus on it, and perhaps help you out. There we are. I'm just checking, there's a notification coming through, so I'm just checking to see that it's not somebody telling me that your live stream's gone wonky again. Thankfully, it's not. So we're just getting that depth, just tidying up those stop cuts a little bit, like so, like so. There we are.
Okay. That's your...
There we are. So you can see that's how we cut out the spoons. This is sort of sharing with you very much the day job, really. I'm just noticing just in there. So you can see in there, there's just a little bit of, there's a line there. So what we can do, we can just use a chisel, a gouge, and we can just clean that up a little bit, just to take away that.
Which we would do when we were carving it, wouldn't we?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you notice, you know, this is the thing with the scroll sawing, we don't focus on that always, but it's something that does happen. As you turn the corner sometimes with the blade, it can just burn.
I was pushing the blade a little bit. It hadn't gone black. It was just beginning to turn a little bit dark.
Well, that's the thing with it, is that you have to be, what's the word, pragmatic, because you know every blade that you use we have to buy. So if you think a blade is still cutting okay, a couple of little cuts like that with the gouge.
Because you normally put sellotape.
I do.
Over there.
I do.
And it lubricates that a little bit.
A little bit, and it would have been completely perfectly clean. But it's one of those things, it comes with the territory. You're going to have every now and then, you're just going to have a little bit of burning.
I mean, that's one
that you have to tidy up.
Doing.
Yeah.
So we'll,
there we are. So what we'll do, see, we'll put packing tape all over it. Chris, hello there. Can't hang about today, sorry. Hope things are well. Yeah, they're good, Chris. All good. We've got 30 megabytes per second of Wi-Fi this week. The only thing is the YOLO box went up the wall in the middle of the live stream and stopped functioning. But other than that, it's been a perfect live stream. But yeah, hope all's good with you. Hope you all as well. This is for everybody. Hope you all have a great Christmas. This will be our last one before Christmas, and then we'll be back in the new year with some different live streams. So yeah, and again, thank you all for the support. You know as well, if you ever need any ideas, any help with certain things, you're always welcome to give us a shout, and we appreciate the fantastic support that you all give us.
I'll just show everybody the...
So yeah, what we do,
sorry,
just to put it...
camera.
You move that
I
one?
just touched it, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think we're okay there. Let me see. Yeah, that all looks okay. Yeah, basically what we do see is, and this was a suggestion given to us during a live stream. And that's the thing. We do these live streams and sometimes you get a few technical hitches, but the value that we get out of it personally, because we get to interact with other woodworkers, which is something that we don't always get the opportunity to do. And from time to time, and many times now, you've shared information and thoughts and ideas with us, and it really helps out. And this was one such idea that somebody gave us, was to just add packing tape, and as the blade is cutting out, it lubricates.
Something we don't do, I mean, we could.
Yeah.
Put a little touch of, do you want me to hold that down or are you alright?
It didn't quite go as I wanted, but it's okay.
You can put a little touch of oil on it.
What's that now?
On the blade.
Do you know, I tried that. I did try that. And it didn't work out as I would have hoped. It tended to, what happens is that it tends to sort of clog up with the dust.
Right.
So, because I tried that, and I'll be honest with you, I tried, because somebody said years ago about using sellotape, and so I did try with sellotape once before, and it didn't work. But then I tried again, and then I must have done it slightly differently or something like that, and found that it worked much better. And then what we do, see, you can just poke through the holes, just like so. And this one, so yeah, hopefully this just gives you an insight into how we sort of prepare the projects. I don't need to do that one because that's the drill hole. And because this one is oak, I'm also then...
Only got two pieces of oak together.
I've got two pieces of oak together. So this is...
But it shows you two things, the capacity of the machine.
Yeah.
Plus the blades as well. I think you can cut through two pieces of oak like that.
Absolutely.
And anybody wondering, that's...
I was thinking as well...
a ½ inch full, each piece.
Do you know, I saw a little video and I was thinking about this. And I thought, oh wow, perhaps I could have a little look at that for the boys. I saw somebody with either their daughter or granddaughter, 8 years old, and she was having a little go on the scroll saw.
Right.
And I thought about it, and I thought our scroll saw wouldn't really be suitable for the boys. But I thought, we could have a little look. I tell you what would possibly be a little bit more suitable is maybe one of the variable speed ones, because you can slow them down.
Right.
You know,
well, they use them in secondary school.
They do, yeah.
So that's sort of...
So no, I was just just came in my head now. Yeah. I was just thinking about it. So you can see we just go in like so. I just thought maybe, you know, the boys give them an opportunity, give a bit of confidence and things like that to try doing different things. And it came into my mind that I'd seen somebody working with their 8-year-old daughter or granddaughter, and she's doing very well. The only thing, a few people had noted it, that she didn't have any of the safety kit on, right. And that's a big thing that, you know, you have to get right. But yeah, it's a number of times people have asked us about variable speed. So you can see there, we've covered that now with the packing tape. A lot of people have asked about variable speed. That's one situation that I could see a variable speed scroll saw. If you have that ability to slow your machine down, that it can help you build your confidence when you're learning, because like we're used to it, but when that blade at full speed, because we're always working on full speed because it's single speed, but when that blade really gets going, it can be a bit aggressive, and if it does catch the wood, that happens from time to time, it can be a little bit off-putting. So yeah, that's something that we've done. Do you want to have a look at scroll saw in that one? Hey. Do you want to have a little look at scroll saw in that one? If you change the blade, or have you got something else there, just a scroll saw, so I can put it back on the split screen for everyone. There we are. I think Thomas Woodcarver's having a cup of tea. There we go. Right, so whilst he's doing that, we will continue with the carving of this one. You can see it's taking shape. And we got just that twist on there, and then the top of the heart that we're going to carve out.
Although we got the fire going, it's still getting a bit cold here.
It is.
Getting a bit cold here.
Temperature drops. We're not used to this here. We're not used to these temperatures, but
and it's white outside.
yeah, absolutely. Right, so you can see we're just getting some depth on the carving. As I've gone on with this carving, I've started to become more and more happy with the design, because initially I wasn't sure if I had it right, but I'm happier now with what I come up with here. It's a nice little idea. I didn't know if it was a bit simple for the display, but now it's coming along. I think it'll fit in
again,
nicely.
That's the joy of the love spoon. It's a personal thing. You're not. It's not a competition piece.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meaning behind it, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's have a little look. Well, in fairness, when it does work, it works well. When it doesn't work, it's a bit of a headache. Technology, isn't it? We got a video that will be on the channel, hopefully sometime next year. And that, I would say that's part of the theme of the video, where we talk about, you know, these tools that we're working with, these hand tools. They are over 100 years old, and they were really well made. They're so reliable. They do the job, and it's just a pleasure to work with, and they just don't let us down. You know, the modern technology, there's some great stuff that's been invented, some great ideas, some great creations. Yes, thank you, Chris. No, thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a great Christmas too. All the best from us all. Yeah, there's some great stuff, but unfortunately it isn't reliable in the same way, and that goes for a lot of wood carving, chisels and gouges that are being made now. Right, let's have a little look. We'll carve a little bit more, just to get a little bit more depth in there so we can get it away from that twist. There we are, and the same, just a little bit more depth onto that one, like so. There we go, and you can hear in the background, you can hear my squeaky chair. A lot of people comment on that when they come in, that isn't it time for me to buy a new one, but as long as I can still sit on it, I don't worry too much. So now we are getting well on with this project. Most of the design is there now. It's just a matter of getting more depth and just to shape the different parts a little bit more. So there we are. That for today, I think. I will just check where we are. Yeah, we're just about 10-2. We've got Sammy now has got his last football training session of the year. So we'll have to get him down to that now. So it's packing up time for myself. I will wish you all a fantastic Christmas. Hopefully some of the stuff we've done on the channel has been useful. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and it's interesting too. As we were saying, we really do appreciate the support that we get. We'll be back next year, and we'll be posting plenty of videos over the Christmas period as well. So check out those. There'll be shorts going up. There'll be full videos as well. But our next live stream will be in January. So yeah, hope you all have a fantastic Christmas.
Same here, all the best.
Oh, we got maple trees. Oh, you missed it. Don't worry. Well, you can watch it on the you can watch it on the playback. Thanks for joining us at the end, and hope you have a great Christmas. And we'll yeah, we had a few issues, so there's actually 2 live streams because we were cut off in the first one by an issue, a hardware issue, unfortunately. But yeah, we will be back in 2023, all going well.
We hope.
We hope so. Thank you for joining us, and as we said, we hope you all have a great Christmas and keep enjoying your wood carving and your scroll sawing. That's the progress so far. It should be finished before 2023. Thank you all again.